Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is very important because today we are focusing on the year of 2026. How different transits like Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu will impact your journey as per your ascendant and the moon sign. I hope the year of 2025 was wonderful for you. And if not, I hope you're healing, recovering, and taking good care of yourself. And wishing you all the best for the year of 2026. So, what's happening in 2026? Jupiter will transit in Cancer, and for some time it will be in Leo as well. So, it transits from Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha. Rahu Ketu, they continue their journey in Aquarius and Leo axis, Rahu transiting from Shadbisha to Dhanishta, finally entering into Capricorn. But for the most of the time, it's in Aquarius. Ketu transiting from Magha to Ashlesha, finally entering into Cancer. And then Saturn in the very final nakshatras, Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati. So let's see how all of this, we are focusing on nakshatras to have more precision, to have more deeper understanding. Let's see how all of this is going to change your life. Let's get started. Hello Aries. For the year of 2026, Saturn continues its journey in the 12th house. Now, in 2026, it's transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada and the Revati nakshatra, the very final nakshatras. So, it has crossed the point of Purva Bhadrapada, which was overwhelming, which was indeed challenging, but it was so hard to have stability in your life. Everything was uncertain, or life was constantly pushing you to stay firm, stay stable, even in the chaos. That was the biggest lesson you were learning with respect to your mind. That whatever happens around, don't lose control on yourself, work on yourself. But now, as Saturn moves towards the final nakshatras in 2026 in your 12th house, it is going to indeed bring a positive shift. Now, you have better sense of control in your journey. Of course, you're not controlling everything around you, but you're controlling your actions, how you work. So, this is a path of self-discovery, certainly. This period brings a lot of self-acceptance as well. And this self-discovery is absolutely beautiful because now you will be aware of your strengths. You will be aware of your powers. You will be aware of what best you can do in life. A sense of purpose comes back. Enough of disillusion, enough of challenges which are bothering you constantly, how the people kind of deal with you, they challenge you. You're not absorbing that anymore. Now you have entered into the phase of probably a hermit, someone who is very powerful. There is a lot of strength, and now you see the positives in you and you know how to work on them. And then the final it is going in Revati nakshatra as well, which uplifts you beautifully. This is spiritual. Aries rising, Aries moon. If you ask me what is the material benefit the Saturn can bring to me, I would say in the 12th house, first you change, first you shift, and then everything flows into your life. So as it moves in the Revati, the final closure comes to you, and trust me, no one will come to you and give you the closure. It's your mind which attains the closure at this time. Finally, you are completing one cycle of a challenge, one cycle of learning a major lesson in life, and this lesson can differ from people to people, but you're ending something beautifully by your side. There's a closure which your mind is realizing, ending one thing, no more suffering, no more torturing yourself because of something else or someone else. And it really deepens the connection with divine. It just deepens your faith. And Saturn is, of course, the career, our material life as well, the development in life. So you will find new ways to make things better. With respect to career, this could be you are learning a new skill set. This could be you will find some work opportunity where you have to work with a different team or different, you're doing something different apart from your skill set. Anyone who is facing uncertainty in their career, they will find some solution with the Saturn's transit in the 12th house, how it transits from the last nakshatras. For some people, it could be simply about traveling. Traveling would bring relief. Traveling to this one place, and you will find a peace. You will realize you're meant for great things. Traveling to spiritual places. Certain dreams, you may encounter certain dreams and spiritual experiences. It really shifts your life. So focus on your dreams, what your dreams are trying to tell you at this time. But Saturn certainly brings closure, a lot of closure and ending of difficulties. And further, we have a beneficial aspect of Jupiter, but the Jupiter gives a 9th aspect on Saturn. So 9th aspect on the Saturn kind of nurtures you. Jupiter in Cancer throughout the next year. For some time, it will also be in the 5th house in Leo as well. For a very short period of time, it will cross the Ketu. It will be in the 5th house, but mostly it's in the 4th house, a very healing, I would say, transit, which heals your finances. It heals the very sense of comfort. You will have more security. You will have more better emotional bonding with people. It's like the healthy connections are going to help you at this time. Even if it's one person, you are healed, you are comforted. You're getting the right atmosphere to even expand. Your creativity expands, your work expands, your finances are expanding. Living a very comfort and luxurious life. Even if it's not luxurious, you have all the things you need right now. In next year, whatever you need, the comfort, the right security comes to you. So Jupiter kind of heals the 12th house. Jupiter is looking at its own house, the 12th house, ruled by Pisces. So it kind of helps you to come out of any kind of debt, any kind of financial loss you went through, any kind of emotional loss, challenge you went through. Jupiter brings nourishment, it brings healing, it brings expansion, meeting the right people, accompanied by the right people. It could also be about purchasing of a very good asset in the next 1 year, using your wealth to further expand the future finances by investing into some kind of asset. Jupiter can also bring financial upliftment, like there is some help which may come to you through family with respect to finances, because Jupiter rules the 9th house, so it may bring great opportunity, a business opportunity, a work opportunity, which really enhances your wealth. And also maybe you may move into a workplace where you are the guide. For some people, it could be that you're going through the higher learning and you will excel in the higher learning. You will do very well and it will bring better opportunities, because Jupiter gives its 7th aspect on the 10th house. And throughout the next year, Jupiter transits from Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha. So deep work, deep focus towards your very own family, your very own blood connections. There's some kind of celebration which may happen, auspicious event may happen. But also Jupiter gives a reminder as it transits from the Cancer that you are the best person who can take care of yourself. That true nourishment, the true comfort lies with the mind. It is within the mind. How you treat yourself will define your path. And the Rahu Ketu, they continue their transit in Aquarius in Leo. At the very end of the year, they will move into the Capricorn and Cancer axis. But majority of the year of 2026, Rahu Ketu in the same axis of 11th and the 5th house. This shows here the Rahu transits from Dhanashta and Shatbisha, and the Ketu transits from Magha and Ashlesha. So the very axis of Rahu Ketu kind of shows great financial gain. The Rahu kind of pushes you ahead to have a long-term plan in life, in your career, a long-term plan with respect to your finances. But it can be very hard with respect to networks and people. Some people will show you their truth, their reality, that how they're so competitive and jealous deep within. And you're calling them your best friends or great people in life. So there's some kind of realization, a truth being revealed with respect to people, with friendships and networks. But Rahu in Dhanashta really helps with abundance and financial growth. Restoring of any kind of crisis which happened will help you. Now the Ketu in the 5th house again shows some kind of inheritance is going to be achieved. It could be financial, it could also be that something being given to you. It could be a name, it could be a title, it could be also that you are carrying a certain skill set which was followed by your people, your family. Like you are being asked to forward something ahead. It is familial. And the Ketu may create some dissatisfaction again in the connections, especially the connections, the people you know from very young age. There's some dissatisfaction because this is the house of emotional happiness as well. So there's some disconnection which you will find with people, or whatever used to make you happy, it's not making you happy anymore. And you're shifting, you're moving towards different areas of life which can give you happiness. The very meaning of happiness shifts for you. And 5th house is Purva Punya as well. So Ketu may continue to bring people in form of friendship, in form of romance, in form of connections which are past life connections. They're not meant to be with you permanently, but you're fulfilling certain lessons with them. Hello everyone, let's talk about Taurus. In the year of 2026, Saturn continues its journey in the 11th house in Pisces. But now things are going to change and shift, because no more of Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada energy. Now it's going to transit from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati, reaching to the last 2 nakshatras. And this is going to help you to evolve and mature as a person. For you, it will uplift your success. It will bring the wealth. It will bring the expansion you always wanted. More than expansion, I would say it's a solid achievement. Something you wanted, like you were waiting for that success, you were waiting for that reward, you were waiting for that accomplishment. It comes to you at this time. But for Taurus, the number one thing which shifts with the transit of Saturn is maturity. It's your growth. How intellectually, mentally you are growing, and you're not in the energy of complaining or being sad over something. So a lot of maturity, a lot of opening up towards life, facing life boldly, bravely, and there's a lot of maturity. You will be as if, okay, no matter what the outcome is, I will be strong. I will be powerful. No matter what the outcome is in life, I would take actions to change it. I would be very strong. I will never be so weak I used to be earlier. So there's a very big shift. There's so much of maturity, and your wisdom is so activated at this time that you are evolving as a person, as an individual. And certainly Saturn brings the reward of waiting, of the patience. And also, if you see, Jupiter is transiting from Cancer in the 3rd house. So now it looks at Saturn, the 9th aspect on Saturn. So that every effort you made, the action, every time you show up with courage, every time you show up with your knowledge and your wisdom, the efforts you are making, they pay you great success. Jupiter brings that charm and that luck and expansion. Now don't forget that Jupiter is your 8th lord. So the 8th lord aspects the Saturn from the 3rd house. So it could be that there are times when you may have to wait a lot. There is stagnation with respect to a certain outcome. There can be unexpected shifts, changes, which may make you overwhelmed. There are times when you will get more than what you expected. There is more abundance. But certainly, as the Jupiter and Saturn transits from the Upchaya houses, it is about not just you're putting your best efforts, but the success also arrives. But remember, the true benefit of these transits is emotional maturity, and a point where you stop thinking about just yourself, but you start thinking about the world. What can I offer to the world through my profession, through my work, through humanity? What can I do for the world? So the year of 2026 for you is efforts, and the efforts bringing results. But it will multiply, the success, the reward will multiply when you are ready to share your success, your offerings to people. So there's a lot of group work, community work, which is happening. Because 3rd house is communication, it is your immediate connections where you have Jupiter, and 11th house is your proper network of friends and work and what you offer to the community. So it's a lot about interaction, dealing with also certain emotional connections which can be heavy, but you are no longer slave to those connections. You're not depending on those people and connections. You will outgrow these people. You will outgrow these connections. So Saturn, when it transits from Uttara Bhadrapada, work can get very busy. It will keep you engaged. Because you also have Rahu in the 10th house. So Rahu in Aquarius throughout the year of 2026. At the very end, it will move into your 9th house, but for the most of the time it stays in your 10th house. So in the 10th house, it transits from nakshatras like Shakbasha and Dhanishta, which is a great energy of popularity, a great energy of your work reaching to the world and the people. You'll become very sharp in your work, very focused in your work, very ambitious. This is the energy of ambition and a very strong impact on the world through your profession. Financially, you will prosper. But it keeps you very busy because 10th and 11th, these two houses are absolute houses of career growth, promotion. And when you have two malefics here, Rahu and Saturn aligned in these two houses consecutively, it is about a lot of work. For a lot of people this year, this 2026 is about creating major foundation in life. This major foundation is about profession, it is about your business, it is about the community work, it is about taking your talents to the next level. You have it. You have all the talents and the potential, but show it, make it happen. And that requires a lot of efforts. 10th, 3rd, 6th, 10th, 11th. These houses are of a lot of work. They always want tremendous efforts. So this is about working a lot. And the rewards are definitely there. But how ready you are to give your complete self into the work. And for those people, because I have people who say work is not important, profession, we don't have any profession. So what do you have to say about these transits? These major transits in your 10th and 11th house are all about you aligning with your purpose, you aligning with now reaching to a state where through you the world will benefit. You may have a lot of responsibilities towards your loved ones, towards your family, but this is the energy of I have reached to a point, I have achieved a lot, I have reached to a point of maturity. Now let me help others. So others will be very grateful for your help, for your guidance. So you are at the role of someone who gives information and guide people, supports them. That is your role here. And you will be blessed. You will be loved for that. For some people, it could also be about, you are being expected to follow a certain path and you're being expected to follow a particular rule or regulation in life. But you will follow a different path. You're not aligning with what others want. That inner rebel activates. And the Ketu continues its journey in the 4th house. For some time, the Ketu will join Jupiter in Leo at the very end of 2026. So Ketu continues its journey from the 4th house. It kind of shows you don't have enough time for self. It can lead to severe identity crisis. For some people, it is like, I don't have time for home. I don't have time for family, because in next year, Ketu transits from Magha and Ashlesha. So it shows that some people in the family feel that you're not focusing on family life. Their needs are being neglected. For some people, it is about disconnecting your identity, disconnecting from family because your values don't align. For some people, it could be some major challenge at home, family, some major discussion is going on regarding finances, inheritance. So Ketu shows disconnection from the roots, disconnection from family. For some people, it could be entirely a different case where there is some kind of reunion with the family. You're getting closer to your roots. You will be more aware of what happened in the past in your family life, in your ancestors, and you can draw a conclusion why you are like you are today, why your life is like this today, because you're joining and connecting all the dots with respect to family, ancestors. It could be selling some old property, ancestral property. So different people, different meaning of Ketu in the 4th house, 5th sign, from Magha to Ashlesha. But certainly emotionally it can be difficult, since Ketu also will go through Ashlesha. It is moving towards Ashlesha, passing over the Gandanta point, which could be trust issues with people, or some kind of fear which is bothering you. That thing doesn't even exist, but your mind keeps on thinking about the worst case scenario. But the best part is the Jupiter. The Jupiter in the 3rd house, it transits from Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha. It kind of activates your inner force. Let me do this. Let me take action. Doing things with positivity, positive intention. It supports you in achieving great things. So this is how the Jupiter is helping you in 2026. So overall, the 2026 definitely bring rewards, but after some waiting. Hello everyone, let's talk about Gemini. Gemini, in 2026, there's something which is strange, something which is life-changing happening for you. Specifically for Gemini and even Virgo people. You're ruled by Mercury. In 2026, the Saturn reaches to the very last nakshatra, the last one among the 27 nakshatras, that is Revati. And Revati is ruled by Mercury. So this particular transit of Saturn in 2026 changes you forever. It brings closure, it brings reality check, it brings a lot of maturity in you, a shift of perspective, I would say. You will have this sense of peace, you will have this sense of stability for yourself. No more the mind is confused and asking questions about life. Why did this happen or that happened? Why my life is like this, and so on. There is so much of acceptance. For Taurus, I was talking about that this Saturn leads to maturity. For Gemini, I would say maturity, but more than that, there is a lot of clarity, acceptance, and a lot of bravery. Gemini finds it very hard to focus on things. There's always a lot in the mind, always finding out different ways to find success, and nothing looks very stable. Life keeps on shifting, the mind keeps on shifting. So Saturn's entry into Revati in the 10th house, especially with respect to your purpose, your career, your stability in life, there are answers. You complete one cycle of responsibility. You're completing one full cycle of doing things in a certain way. And now you're going to sharpen your boundaries. You are going to set your standards, Gemini. It's very important to set your standards in relationships, in career, in business, everywhere. So it's like I have lived a certain life. I have lived some kind of experience. And now I know what I want from life. That kind of clarity comes into you. And this is happening in the 10th house. So Saturn transits from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati in the 10th house. And the Saturn becomes a very crucial planet of transformation, 8th Lord. And it rules over the future platform and the luck, 9th Lord. So you may go through phases of great growth in the career. And then there are phases of inactivity, but you're not wasting your time in those phases of inactivity in the career. It is just about knowing yourself even more. Knowing, discovery of your potential, like till what depth you can work. What skill can be best for you? Which area can be best for you? It is a lot of experimentation, or not even exactly experimentation. It's like trying. What is best? How can you do your best? What is the best thing for you in the career especially? So that understanding, discovering your deepest power, deepest potential in the career path happens for you. If you're someone who is into research, if you're someone who is doing a work connected to earth, minerals, any work which is connected to spirituality, even if you're in teaching, you're a guide for people, you are a traveler, you travel a lot because of work. There are a lot of changes which will happen for you, but ultimately Saturn shows you, see, this is the right path. No more confusion. This is what you are meant for. And in general also, like if we keep the career aside, Saturn's transit in the 10th house in these nakshatras show there is a lot of clarity. You will figure out your life. You will figure out what truly requires your attention and what is just completely useless in life. That filtration happens for you. And it is also about spiritual work you're going to do. Because I told you you're reaching to clarity. So there's a lot of spiritual work you are doing. You are focusing on yourself beautifully. You're ready to do the inner work, which is actually the need for you right now. Because you also have Ketu in the 3rd house in Leo. So there's a big disconnection from your identity. Ketu kind of makes you indecisive. And also other people are kind of projecting their confusion on you. A lot of confusion which you're facing right now, it's not yours. It's just the voices of other people, their dialogue, what they have to say about you and what you're doing in life. So Saturn kind of becomes the point of focus, determining this is what you have to do in life. And always remember, dreams. Pisces is dreams. So there's renewal in your dreams, your aims, whatever you aspire to be in life, your dreams. It will shift. It will hugely shift. Whatever dream is for you today will not be a dream tomorrow. It will shift, it will change, and it will be much aligned with your truth, what you truly need to do in life. So Saturn kind of shifts the map of life for the future. 10th house is deeply connected to the future, the foundation for future. So for some people, they can go for higher learning as well. Rahu in Aquarius. Rahu is also in the sign of Saturn in the 9th house. So it transits from Shatbisha and Dhanishta. It brings opportunity of higher learning. If higher learning was blocked, you may reinitiate again. It offers the connection to the foreign lands, traveling to the foreign lands, discovering your potential in the foreign lands. For some people who are already in the foreign lands, you may see some struggles in your growth. Like you're working under certain rules and regulations and you're struggling with those rules and regulations, but you will make it through that issue as well. You will do very well. But since the 9th and the 10th are occupied by malefics, Rahu, Saturn, it shows that you are still like a work in progress. The time in 2026 demands great perseverance. Trust your work. That is the key. Now Jupiter in the 2nd house. Jupiter in Cancer throughout 2026, and for some time it will also be in Leo. It will be joining Ketu. Jupiter in the 2nd house transits from Pushya, Ashlesha, and also it will go into Magha for some time. Jupiter kind of supports you in your career in a beautiful way, because from the 2nd house, firstly it's the 10th lord in the 2nd house, then it aspects the 10th house, 9th aspect on the 10th house. So it enhances the wealth. It enhances the capacity to save more finances, to purchase good things in life, to add more comfort in your journey. It also kind of restores any challenges in the family life. So Jupiter enhances your career, your wealth, and expansion. It is also the 7th lord, so it kind of brings comfort in the marriage. It brings auspiciousness in love, in marriage, maybe new connection appearing in your life. So Jupiter greatly supports you. It supports your hard work. Saturn is about work. Jupiter uplifts your work through luck and financial prosperity. And the Ketu is in the third house, so it can create some troubles for you. Though malefics work well in the Upchai houses, but somehow it confuses you. It will transit from Magha to Ashlesha in 2026. So it kind of makes it difficult for you to trust people. There's certain connections which you will cut away on purpose by yourself. Because from a very long time you are observing that it's all about giving, not receiving enough, or you're not being heard properly. Whatever aims, ambitions, desires you have, it's not being well respected by some people. So it instantly disconnects or creates struggles with the co-bonds and the siblings as well. So Ketu is like you're not heard properly. The communication is being challenged, where you feel that your identity and who you are is not being respected enough. So you're moving away, disconnecting from people just to protect your peace. So for Gemini, it is about a big change, reform in your dreams, what you want from life in 2026. Hello everyone, let's talk about Cancer. So what's so special about 2026? Well, Jupiter in the first house. For the majority of the year, you have exalted Jupiter in the first house. Forget about abundance or luck or prosperity. You are the definition of abundance. Your personality will become more powerful, more happy, more positive, more hopeful about life, about different things. You're doing things with positive attitude. So your personality, your aura itself becomes abundance, and you're attracting abundance in your life. People will look at you with a lot of hope. You'll be the guiding figure for a lot of people, whether it's your family, whether it's your workplace, whether it's the society, the community. You are the guiding figure. The opinions you have, the wisdom you have, the guidance you share, the teachings you have, everything is going to be respected. A lot of respect for your wisdom and who you truly are. It also shifts you spiritually. We always talk about this spiritual quotient, and what is that? It is about aligning with more positivity, aligning with your positive traits, your positive qualities. So Jupiter kind of makes you like that. And now the Jupiter definitely in the first house brings the prosperity and the abundance in the form of finances, in the form of opportunities as well. Throughout the year of 2026, Jupiter transits from Pushya and Ashlesha. And later in 2026, it will be also in Leo in the Magha Nakshatra second house. So Jupiter shows how you can make your life abundant in 2026. But remember, no place of doubt, whether it's a business transaction, a partnership, a connection, people, significant, wherever you feel there's a lot of secrecy, wherever you feel a slight of manipulation, you need to move away from those areas, because Jupiter going through Ashlesha, it activates your 12th house ruled by Mercury. There is deception out there, which you have to really protect yourself. And it also talks about, again, working a lot on yourself. There's some isolation, sense of isolation, which is essential for your protection. And Saturn continues its journey from the 9th house in Pisces. See, the Jupiter is the 9th lord transiting from first house. So it certainly brings luck. It certainly brings positive opportunities. There's a lot of travel which may happen for you. Maybe you're traveling for fun, adventure, with family, you're traveling because of work as well. But the travel brings abundance, but there can be some uneasiness while you travel because Saturn makes the long distance journey a bit difficult or very busy or overwhelming in nature. See, Saturn sits in a house which is responsible for opportunities in life. So, whatsoever opportunity may come into your life, you may be very doubtful about it. There is a sense of uncertainty which comes from Saturn about future path in the career, and Rahu makes it even more uncertain. Don't forget the Rahu, 8 places away from ascendant, 8 places away from even the Jupiter in Aquarius. So Rahu shows a lot of fears or uncertainty, which you're not showing, which you're not expressing. But Rahu kind of shows the mind is thinking about worst case scenarios. Rahu in 2026 will transit from nakshatras like Shatpisha and Dhanashta. So the very transit of Rahu through these nakshatras in the 8th house has a lot to do with a few things. Number one, healing of your physical body, healing from a chronic health issue, undergoing some kind of a major treatment. And also this Rahu Ketu axis in the 8th and the 8th house shows worry about your loved ones, a lot of worry about the people's health in the family, helping someone in getting the right treatment, maybe. So the Rahu Ketu are not in the easy axis. It brings worry either from your very own family. It also brings some challenges, or it kind of pushes you to work more towards your spouse, family, your partner's desires, the partner, the marriage partner, the romantic partner, the relationship, the business partnership. It demands extra devotion. It demands extra time and efforts. The partner kind of puts you in the place where you have to work out of your comfort zone. And on a positive note, it is all about creating something together with your business partner, with your marriage partner, to sort out the differences and to work together towards something, maybe assets, maybe responsibilities. So Rahu in the 8th house is very transformational. It's like a rebirth which happens in your life. It changes you, and you're moving towards healing. Rahu is not here to make you fearful about life. It wants you to understand what are your fears and how to heal them, how to work along with those things, and develop a lot of strength. So when the Rahu goes into Dhanashta, you will achieve a lot of strength. You will overcome these fears and uncertainties of life. So Rahu can bring certain situations which are quite uncertain with respect to family life. Like it demands instant devotion. It demands instant financial work. So Saturn is kind of bringing okay results. Jupiter is very positive. Rahu is a bit problematic for you in 2026. And if you see, the Jupiter is the 9th lord sitting in the 1st house. It brings the luck. It brings a very easy movement in life. Even if there are struggles, you will easily move. For some people, it is also about accomplishment of a certain degree, completing a degree and moving forward towards getting a job or going for higher learning. Jupiter and Saturn supports you in learning. And if you're completing your higher learning, it supports you in getting a job and getting paid, getting very well paid for a job. Because Jupiter gives 9th aspect on Saturn in the 9th house. So it eases the process for you. If you have any obstacle, you will overcome that obstacle as well. Jupiter is the 6th lord sitting in the 1st house. in this transit. So it is about, again, health. Health is very significant for you. If you have lifestyle health issues, you really need to work on health. Any kind of overindulgence, because Rahu sits 8 places away from Jupiter, any kind of overindulgence, maybe it's with food, maybe it's with some kind of medicine, maybe it's overindulgence with respect to emotions, it impacts your health in a very difficult way. But Jupiter assures, sixth lord in the first house, you will overcome your blocks, your competition, and the challenges in a great way. And we have Ketu in the second house in Leo. The Ketu transits from Magha to Ashlesha in 2026. So again, the epicenter becomes the family bonds. Maybe you're inheriting something. Maybe some major decision is being made regarding the inheritance. For some people, it could also be about the family responsibilities are very heavy for you. It kind of overwhelms you. You're stepping into this position where you're taking responsibility for other people. It's almost like replacing, like someone was authoritative in your life and now you're stepping into that person's shoes. You're taking that responsibility. So you will feel very pulled into this second house affairs, that I have to sort it, I have to resolve it, I have to make it better. And for some people, it could be absolutely different, disconnecting from the family, disconnecting from that family pressure and following a path of your own, which can be very difficult. So something about family, about parents, confronting that, sorting those issues will happen. And Saturn in the 9th house, it transits from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati Nakshatra in 2026. So what kind of shift you will see? You will see major career move. It could be moving into a different place, a different country. It could be completion of a certain work project. It could be about successfully completing a task, a project, or a certain assignment. Because as Saturn moves towards Aries, it kind of brings one full cycle, ending of full one cycle in their career. And when you initiate again, it might be in a new place, it might be with new skills. Your work may demand different work skills. So something is ending for you as Saturn reaches Revati with respect to work, and you're preparing for a new era in your career. Spiritually, Saturn helps you here to focus on your faith. There are few things you don't have the answers to, you don't know what will happen. Saturn in Revati wants you to teach you about wisdom and patience. Wait for the right time, for the right things to happen. Hello everyone, welcome. Let's talk about Leo. How will be the year of 2026 for you? Well, for Leo, 2026 is about big change. But remember, this big change is internal. This big shift is majorly towards how you see life, how you act towards different areas of life. Are you facing those things? Are you running away from those things? But it deeply changes your system. It strengthens you. It changes you to face everything, transform beautifully, and rise again in life. Just see the two houses first, your 12th and your 8th house. 12th house is the very subconscious. 12th house is also sometimes what we are hiding from ourselves. We don't want to face it. And eighth house is our fears. Eighth house is the uncertainty. Eighth house really shapes us because it's a house which is so out of control. So Jupiter exalted in the 12th house, Saturn in Pisces in the 8th house. And the Jupiter gives ninth aspect on Saturn. Look at these two houses, and to be very honest, I will not sugarcoat anything. For Leo, it's a deep internal change, a deep shift in your way of reactions, how you treat yourself, how you change your life, how you just now preparing to get up and do the best in life. You have already done the best in life, but sometimes we have challenges, we have sufferings, and we tend to live in that feeling, in that suffering. But now you are waking up. There is a lot of awake energy. Jupiter in Cancer in the house of dreams and sleep. You are being awakened. You are being awakened by your very own higher self. You are being awakened by the gods. You are being awakened by the universe, whatever you believe in. And Saturn, Jupiter awakes you. It fills your life with faith, hope. And Saturn gives you the phase of rebirth. You are in the final phase of rebirth, big shift in life. In 2026, Saturn transits from nakshatras like Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati. Uttara Bhadrapada is that inner churning, how we say manthan, the inner churning of getting all the good things you have, your power, your potential, your talents, and not doubting yourself at all. And all that poison, all that toxic things, which really are your fears, they block you, the doubts, they are also coming out, and you will be getting rid of those things. So that is what Saturn means in Uttara Bhadrapada. And then you reach to Revati, which is full of light. Like how you see the light at the end of the tunnel. For some people, it's a very big shift. Some people who are so sometimes hopeless in life, it's a big shift. Trust me, Saturn in the 8th house can really make you feel things are so difficult. I can't see the light, but the light happens for you now. The Saturn's entry in Revati blesses you with solutions, closure, understanding your path, especially in the career, like final clarity. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to go in life. Maybe the problems in the career are not external, it's internal. You don't know what to do, where to go, what you want from life. For some people, it is about not meeting the right opportunity, but now you will find that opportunity. Final clearing happens for you. And on a very soul level, it's a rebirth. On a very soul level, you are no more the person you used to be. It's a rebirth. For everyone, in some way, it's a rebirth, which happens for you. And already the Ketu in Leo is transforming you in the first house. It keeps you in this hermit mode. It creates detachment from everything which is not good for you, which is not good for your future path. It's not good for your soul. Ketu in Leo in the first house is like disconnecting from old habits, old identity, which is no longer useful. And in 2026, Ketu transits from Magha to Ashlesha, two major nakshatras, because Ketu is moving from your your first house to the 12th house. So the inner work is done. The inner work is happening, and it's done in 2026. The moment the Ketu goes in Ashlesha, it is about deep meditative state, deep spiritual work, which will initiate. You're not doubting yourself at this time. You're just trying to heal what is being challenged in the past. So the Ketu in Magha in the first house in 2026 is all about disconnecting from old identity. It could also be about your physical traits, your physical personality. You're not focusing a lot on how you look, or maybe you want to completely change how you look, grooming yourself. A big change, a shift in how you look, how you present yourself in front of the world. But certainly it shows like you're disconnecting from the trends, the people, what's in fashion. You no longer care about it. You care about the inner work right now. So the Ketu in Magha in the first house, and then it goes in Ashlesha in the 12th house, which is about deep spiritual work, almost a deep connection with divine. And Saturn is really taking you to the next level in life. Clarity in career, clarity in where you want to go in life. So it's a big shift how these two houses are working. And the Rahu continues its journey from the 7th house. It will be transiting from Shadbisha and Dhanishta. What Rahu is bringing for you, number one, it kind of brings some kind of spotlight for you. You will be in limelight because of your work, because of your profession. You're meeting a lot of people at this time because of a business partnership, or your work demands to be in public. You're meeting new people. It could be a new alliance with respect to business. It could be a new alliance with respect to marriage, partnership. So it brings new people in your life and you are in the spotlight. Rahu wants you to learn about living with people, connecting with people, but do not lose your very essence in that. What is your take? What is your perspective? What do you want in that connection, in that partnership? Learn to take your stand. Learn to stick to what you want and be very confident and bold about those things. Whatever you want in the connection, in the marriage, in the partnership. So you're with Rahu, you're learning to face the world, not avoiding the world. What you're avoiding and disconnecting is the Ketu in Leo. And that is old habits, old patterns, old mistakes, old ways of living, which comes from deep conditioning from family and society. So the rebel in you awakens here. Rahu brings popularity. Rahu kind of enhances your personality, how you deal with others. Sometimes we don't have to be emotional in our dealings with people. We have to be practical. We have to be very tactful. We have to work very material. Like you have to focus on the material aspects of life as well, focusing on what you can gain. So that kind of dealing you're learning with Rahu, have to work along with the world and be successful. And at the very end of 2026, Jupiter will go into Leo. It will join Ketu for some time. Jupiter in Leo in the first house, so Jupiter enters into Magha. It brings rewards for you. It brings the positivity, the faith is being restored. You will come out of big hurdles. A complete shift in life. Jupiter brings that for you. Hey everyone, let's talk about Virgo and how the different transits are going to impact your journey in 2026. The very first thing which I want to talk about is the axis of Ketu and Rahu. They will continue to transit from your 12th and the 6th house. And this axis, to be very honest, is a difficult one. I don't want to discourage you. I don't want to say that, oh, it's very challenging. This axis where the 12th house wants you to shift your perspective. It kind of like Ketu wants you now here to forgive people, forgive yourself, and move forward in life. The Ketu in Leo continues its lesson of letting go. The more you cleanse, the more you are close to yourself. Your identity, your confidence will shine brighter. And you don't have to shine brighter for anyone but for yourself. This is awakening of self. So Ketu is working in such a domain. It's all subconscious, how you feel, how things are impacting you, and also the very deep potential you have. You need to activate that. So Ketu transits from Magha to Ashlesha in 2026. It is moving from 12th to 11th. So it will go into Ashlesha very late in 2026, around December, but major journey in the 12th house. So this is about awakening of certain talents, awakening of a lot of strength and power deep within you. Like till now, wherever you are in life, you have some success. You certainly have times when you were shining, you were happy, you were successful. So those things are really strengthening you. Those memories of success, those experiences of success will remind you how amazing you are. So activation of inner strength happens here. So Ketu works on a very subconscious level, and it pushes you to throw away everything which is not you, which is not connecting to you anymore. Those challenges may persist since it's in the Magha. So it is also going to make you think a lot about your family, your connections, who is for you and who is not for you. So you may intentionally disconnect from certain people. To be in a very healthy emotional state, you need to disconnect. And Rahu in the sixth house, it pushes you to work materially. It pushes you to work along with your competitors, face the world. And Rahu is transiting in the Shadbisha Nakshatra and Dhanashta in 2026. So this transit of Rahu really helps you to be out there and work in the competitive area, which is your profession maybe. It could be also competition between you and certain significant people in your life. Things which do require a lot of effort, because Rahu right now transits from a house which is about efforts. Without efforts, there is nothing. This is what the energy of sixth house is. Overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges, and you will do it. But also there is a reminder with the Rahu in Shadbisha, certain battles are not yours. You must protect yourself from those battles as well. Again, you have to choose your battles very wisely. And as it transits from Dhanashta, it brings the opportunities of sudden growth in the finances. That effort will start showing you the results, sudden shift in the wealth, sudden growth in the wealth. The efforts are giving you results now, but it is not a very healthy period with respect to your physical health. It's not a very great period with respect to your fitness. So again, Rahu shows work on your routine, how you eat, how you take care of yourself. It's very important, because as it transits from Dhanashta later on in 2026, it definitely impacts your 8th house ruled by Mars. So the Ketu Rahu are like helping you to work in two different areas of life. One is your mind, your subconscious, your belief system, your wisdom, and what you need to really clear in your mind. And then the Rahu pushes you to face the world, work hard, put your efforts, and see the success, the amazing success which comes in your path. Rahu can bring conflicts with people, the people you already know. It could be also a conflict regarding some kind of financial debt you carry, but it also brings the energy of resolving those issues. Through your efforts, you will resolve those issues. And it is about a big jump in life, a big jump materially, a big jump which is about I don't care what others think about me. Let me just focus on my path. Let me put my best efforts into what matters to me. That kind of shift happens for you. So overcoming competitive energy, is happening. Saturn continues its journey from the 7th house, but it will be transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada and the Revati Nakshatra. The very energy of Saturn in the 7th house, and how it also gets the aspect of Jupiter from the 11th house. It shows support. It certainly shows support. It certainly shows success, establishing strong foundation in many areas of life. It could be your business, it could be your work partnership, it could be your friend circle, your networks, it could be marriage, it could be a significant connection in your life where you're trying to create a very strong foundation with someone. You're not escaping things, you're not running away from anyone. You're trying to confront and work along with that person. It's time to sit still and work on it. Till now, Saturn was in Purva Bhadrapada. That was so hard to stay still and be balanced in whatever you want to do in life. But Uttara Bhadrapada energy is different. It's like now I can go to the bottom and find the cause why it is happening. I can go to the core of the problem and find solutions. And then the Revati impact is luck. Revati is ruled by Mercury. Your chart is ruled by Mercury. So it brings success in the career, in the partnerships. For some people, it could also be the ending of certain connections. Saturn completes its one cycle in your 7th house in Revati. So it is about ending of certain business contracts, ending of a work contract, moving into a different place for a new career opportunity. It could be ending of a certain marriage partnership or a romantic relationship. Things ending for the good. It's ending. So Saturn puts end to something where you felt there is injustice. But Saturn kind of shows that a very big foundation in your life is getting better. It is changing. It is no more how things used to be in life. The very soul level energy of Saturn is, because it aspects your first house, is things will not remain the way you were always experiencing them. There's a shift in how you experience life. There's a shift how the world views you. 7th house is how the world looks at you, what they think about you, how they connect with you. So it is about ending of certain connections and contracts because they no longer resonate with you. And it's very healthy for you. It's not a loss. It is just that what doesn't align with you, it detaches itself. So Saturn brings one major ending with respect to relationships, partnerships for you. Or it could be, I said, as other way, which is about strengthening the connection, working on the differences, working on the issues, dealing with someone who is so opposite to you, but trying to work on that. Because Jupiter from the 11th house gives its aspect, 9th aspect on Saturn. The wisdom is being activated. The problem solving happens here. And the Jupiter continues its journey in the 11th house. It will be in Cancer. It will transit from Pushya and Ashlesha, and also it will be transiting from Magha. For some time it will be in the Magha nakshatra also at the end of it. Okay, so let me repeat. I missed something. It's Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha. So this is how the Jupiter is transiting. So Jupiter in the 11th house will bring success. Jupiter is a very significant planet in your chart. It rules over your happiness. It rules over your connection. It's getting exalted in the 11th house. It brings good returns. It brings reward of the hard work done till now. It brings financial growth, abundance, and a very rich life. With respect to money, with respect to good connections, being loved, being honored, being respected, Jupiter brings that for you. And yeah, it transits in the 12th house as well in the next year, in 2026. So in the 12th house, it shows, because it transits in Leo, and for some time it will come across Ketu as well. So in the 12th house, Jupiter shows um, a final decision is being made with respect to a relationship. A final decision is being made with respect to a travel you want to do because of a higher learning you want to do. Something final happens here, and you want to give time to that area of life, or you want to give time to yourself at this time. So you isolate from all the drama of life. There's some isolation which happens when the Jupiter goes in Leo, because it is important. It is important for some kind of awakening in your life. Hello, everyone. Let's talk about Libra. How will be the year of 2026? For Libra, Saturn continues its journey in the sixth house. Throughout 2026, Saturn will be transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati Nakshatra. Here, your battles, any kind of drama, any kind of argument, any kind of conflict you're dealing with, now it's time when you are choosing your battles wisely. You are emerging out from these battles. You will be victorious. You will be having your power back. Because till now, Saturn was transiting from Purva Bhadrapada, which literally kept you in indecisive state. It kept you in a state of being hurt, confused, don't know what to do ahead in life. Because I know Saturn from sixth house is hard, because it shows obstacles. Nothing is happening without obstacles. Or maybe there is no obstacle, but internally the thought process is very challenging. But if you see, as Saturn transits from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati, it leads to the final conclusion of certain battles, certain dramas, certain arguments or conflicts with people. And you also have the benefic aspect of Jupiter. Jupiter next year will be transiting through Cancer in your 10th house, and it gives ninth aspect on Saturn. So what happens with this ninth aspect? It shows that you will figure out how to take the right action, how to resolve a certain issue, how to fix something, how to complete something. You are taking the responsibility, you're taking the action, you're taking the effort, and it will give you success. It will give you the push to go ahead in life. If your efforts were not working, if your ideas were not working, if you were fulfilling your responsibilities and yet things were not giving you results, now it will give you result. There's more productivity in life. For Libra, Jupiter is also slightly challenging because it rules the sixth house. So being the sixth lord and the third lord as well, it is about efforts. It becomes a planet of efforts. Struggle, taking the pain and doing something. But it goes through 10th house and exaltation. So all the efforts, all the work done will give you success. Now you are ready to face it, okay? Bring it on. This is the problem, let me solve it. This is the issue, let me get it done. Because Saturn is reaching to Revati, the final closure, the final conclusion of a certain battle, certain struggle. It could be internal struggle, but it happens for you. Saturn rules over the fourth and the fifth house. So it is the Yoga Karaka in your chart. So it's the success giving planet. And the success giving planet in the sixth house, it shows somewhere that the efforts are not matching the result. There's a difference in the efforts and the result, but no long. Now you will see the shift. You will overcome any kind of competition or battles in a great way. And also, like, some people really want to understand Why this suffering in my life? Why this challenge in my life? Why do I have this problematic person in my life? Why do I have this issue or problem or health issue? There's some understanding and closure you want in your journey right now. That closure comes to you with solution, with healing. If sixth house is giving problems, it is also the house of healing, overcoming those problems. So final conclusion, the final timeline is here, where you resolve something. You will feel a great sense of relief in your life. If you're struggling with health issues, you will see the answer. You will see things improving for you, because Jupiter is the sixth lord. It exalts, so it shows improvement. For some people, it could also be that the Jupiter sixth lord in the 10th and the Saturn in the sixth, it could also be for some people who are literally ignoring their health issues, they're ignoring their minor symptoms. They will be shown that immediate need, that you need to take care of yourself. Some health issue might happen, which is like immediate. You need to put your attention over there to heal it, to fix it, to work on it. So health becomes very significant for you, for Libra. And also, it is about the very final phase of doing something in your profession, in your life. If you're trying to improve your life, let's say, if you're learning something, let's say, or it's your profession, it's the very final phase of that very last phase of, okay, this is the time you give your best shot, you give your best effort, work hard, let's do it. That very final phase of preparing to complete something, to end something, to close something. And then you see the results, then you see the reward. So it's the very end process of completing something in your life. For some people, Saturn could also bring ending of a significant relationship, or even marriage, or a romantic connection. Because Saturn is 12th from the 7th, it brings some major ending before something initiates in your love life, in your relationship, or your business partnership. Saturn brings a major ending. Maybe it's not even a romantic or marriage relationship. It brings ending in a certain relationship, a bond, a long-term bond in your life. It could be anyone in your journey. Because if you see the fifth and the sixth house, they are occupied by malefics. Rahu in the fifth house, which is about emotions and happiness, celebration, and sixth house is about challenges in life. And here we have Saturn. So it's a very deep work you are going through right now for Libra, but it is for the better. Like, you are detaching and resolving and disconnecting from everything which is creating problems in your life. Like, suddenly you have to do so much of work. Face it, remove it. Face it, get rid of it. Rahu in the fifth house in Aquarius, it continues its journey from this house in the next year as well, but it transits from Shadbisha and Dhanishta nakshatra. So when it transits from these nakshatras, you are now focusing more on what you can do from your life, focusing on your talents, how you can materialize those talents, how you can materialize your skills. What have you learned till now in life? How to make it even more better? Not just improving yourself, but how can I improve my wealth, my finances by using my skill set? And certainly Rahu will help you in this process. The prime focus is on wealth, how to expand my finances, my income, by using my talents even more correctly and precisely. Rahu may give struggles in love life, to be very honest. This is the house of celebration. You're literally celebrating your work, your talents, your achievements. There will be achievements. But when it comes to the emotional aspect of life, connections, maybe your friendships or your romantic connections, whether it is love, it impacts you because somehow a relationship or a person is impacting you deeply. Someone is questioning your independence or impacting your independence. You are striving for your individuality and your independence. You want your own identity, no matter it's your family life, it's your marriage, it's any kind of connection or friendships. You are now fighting for your identity, fighting for your space. So there's a great sense of independence and strength which comes to you at this time. But Rahu shows there's certain battles because it eventually transits from Mars Nakshatra, Dhanishta. So it shows some battles in the personal connections because Mars rules the second and the seventh house. But Rahu makes sure that your skill set, your potential expands and it brings wonderful opportunities in the future. It's like preparing for something even more better in life. Jupiter continues its journey in the 10th house. It will transit from Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha. It will join Ketu in Leo in the 11th house next year for some time. So this transit of Jupiter from Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha, it is bringing victory. It is bringing success in the material domain, in professional domain. It leads to good results of your efforts, instant results. But the Ketu continues to create some dissatisfaction. Ketu will transit from Magha to Ashlesha. It's coming towards your 10th house. So the Ketu's transit shows some doubt. You're doing your best, but there is some doubt on your potential. There is some doubt deep within whether my work will give me the right result. Or Ketu creates some doubt in connections and friendships. Trust issues may happen in certain friendships. But there is an assurity that the Jupiter continues to bring better opportunities and success for you, fulfillment through your work, through your responsibilities, whatever you are doing, it brings a reward, it brings success for you. You will see the rewards of your hard work at this time. Hello everyone, let's talk about Scorpio and how will be the year of 2026. Scorpio people, they're not just greatly ruled by Mars or even Pluto. Someone will say, why are you talking about Pluto? But I like Pluto, so yeah. And of course, they are greatly influenced by Ketu. Ketu functions like Mars, and Ketu co-rules over Scorpio. So the Ketu's constant transit in the 10th house, it may make you feel a bit directionless in life, especially in your career or in general, like overall sense of life. Where am I going? What should I do with my journey? What is my purpose? So a lot of questions are arising with the Ketu in Leo in the 10th house. But worry not, Ketu is here to align you. Ketu here is to reset your direction. Before you enter into a new place, a new direction in life, there is this lost in the GPS signal. Because Ketu and Leo simply, if you see, it's about identity, loss of identity, not knowing what is right for you, not knowing yourself enough. So Ketu kind of pauses the career or pause your overall direction in life just to review what you want from life, who you are, what changes you must do in life so that you can do better. So the Ketu transits from Magha and Ashlesha in 2026. It's moving from the 10th to the 9th house. So the direction for you, the trajectory for you is from career, from responsibilities, from worldly ambitions to spiritual work, aligning with your inner self, aligning with your greatest power, that is your soul power, your spiritual power. You need to realign in life. Ketu is deciding that. So, first, it kind of impacts the ambition, the material life, and when that ceases, when your energy shifts from there, you focus on the inner self. Ketu shows with respect to your profession as it transits from the Magha and Ashlesha. It shows there can be many responsibilities at the work front. Even if it's not your responsibility, people are saying this is your work. This is what you have to do. So you are being held accountable for something which is you're not responsible for, or maybe you are given too much of responsibilities in life. It could be work responsibilities, it could be family responsibilities, but you are loaded with work and responsibilities, and somehow the mind says, I want to free myself from these challenges. I want some solitude, I want disconnection from work, from my commitments. So Ketu and Magha shows some burden which comes from work, which comes from society, but also it shows a burden which you are carrying for a very long time. It could be the burden of other people's opinions, other people's projection on you, it could be other people's expectations. So release that. 10th house Ketu and Magha is release of that burden. If you really want to go ahead in life and do great things, you have to shed that weight, that burden, which comes from a lot of people, their expectations, their projections, their ideas. So Ketu in Maga is disconnection from all of these burdens. You don't feel happy somewhere in the career, not because things are not functioning right, but because somehow you have reached to a point of saturation. You have reached to a point of you are done with your responsibilities, you're done with what you were doing. Now it's time to enter into the next chapter of life, in career, in overall purpose of your journey. So Ketu in Ashlesha is from Magha to Ashlesha is withdrawing from the worldly responsibilities to more of your inner responsibility for yourself, your own spiritual self. That's a big transition happening. In 2026, Saturn continues its journey in the fifth house, but it transits from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati Nakshatra. So first Saturn transits from its own nakshatra and then the Mercury nakshatra. So in the fifth house, it brings great realization of your purpose, of your power, of your potential. Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada is a big dive deeper in your life. What do I need to change about myself? If I have a certain emotion, if I have a certain feeling, if I feel in a certain way, okay, this is what I need to shift in my life. This is what I need to change in my life. That thinking is happening because after all, Saturn is in the house of Sun. So great realizations happen for you. And also with respect to profession, Saturn shows you are further sharpening your skills, your methods, more practice, more experience coming for you. You may face some kind of challenges at the work front. Mainly it's all office politics or people kind of challenging you because maybe they are jealous. So some struggles are there at the work front, but Saturn shows that if you focus on your work deeply, everything will be resolved. Saturn is also right now in the house of Purva Punya. So it, as it transits from Uttara Bhadrapada, it shows that you are meeting people right now through your work, maybe even romantically. These people are going to activate something in you. The harsh experiences, I'll be honest, the harsh experiences with people, they activate your biggest power, your biggest potential. Some things do activate from problems. Sometimes the crisis becomes the very activating force of learning so much in life, learning new things, new experiences, and in a long run, they give you success. They prepare you for something, because Saturn is in a house which talks about expertise. So it's the you're gaining the expertise for life, your professional journey, your purpose, the emotional journey in your life. Saturn prepares you for something here. And the Saturn will start its new cycle from the 6th house in Aries for you. So, what you learn now helps you to encounter everything, any struggle when Saturn reaches to Aries. So, Saturn, being in the 5th house, transiting through Revati, will bring the final ending of struggles, problems, and it will bring some kind of resolution in your life. Something new initiates for you. Saturn will bring clarity with respect to love life as well, romantic connections, marriage. Finally, you will realize the truth in the connection. Finally, you will realize uh, what do you need to do ahead in life with respect to love, because Saturn gives third aspect on 7th house. So when it transits from Revati, there's a big realization. Either you will end something or either you will pursue something with respect to love. That clarity of the other person's nature happens here. So Saturn's transit from Uttara Bhadrapada Revati is about moving towards clarity about your purpose, about your work, and about your relationships, and also keeping the baggage behind. Because 5th house is also connected to emotional intelligence, emotional happiness. So leaving the baggage behind, what is not required, leaving it behind before you enter into the new cycle of your journey. Rahu continues its transit from the 4th house. It will be in Shadbasha and Dhanishta. It can bring a major shift, a major move into a new place, a new country, a new house. Purchasing of a new house may happen. Accumulation of money, accumulation of some kind of asset. You're mainly focusing on the wealth. There is increase in wealth. There's increase in luxury happening for you. Rahu can bring major life decisions with respect to home, property, family life, finances. Rahu here shows major decisions are being taken in life, which may also impact other people's life as well. Jupiter will continue its journey in the 9th house in Cancer, and it will transit from Pushya, Ashlesha, and Magha. So, in the end of the year of 2026, Jupiter will also go into Leo it will be along with Ketu for some time. So, Jupiter continues its energy of luck, it continues the energy of bliss and purpose. Jupiter will uplift you. Jupiter will bring rewards. Jupiter is giving 9th aspect on Saturn. Any kind of area of life where you are struggling, Jupiter brings ease. Jupiter brings rewards. It brings easy movement in life, easy navigation, easy success in life. It makes things better for you. Jupiter is also improving the health. It's improving the quality of the lifestyle. And as it transits from Ashlesha to Magha, it is also about deep realization of your purpose, realigning with your purpose, realigning with your emotional quotient, working on your emotions, your physical body, your spiritual strength. Because ninth house is spiritual inclination, ninth house is the connection with divine. So as it shifts from the ninth to the 10th, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, you prepare into a very big chapter of life where the career takes a very important turn for you, and also your commitments towards loved ones, families will also get more significant, more, I would say, not difficult, but it becomes more of a hard work for you. So Jupiter brings luck, Jupiter brings divine assistance for you. Jupiter also shows that there are a lot of questions in mind, and you will get the answers, you will get the solution as well. For Sagittarius, let's see how will be the year of 2026. Your first house ruler, Jupiter, will transit from the 8th house in Cancer. It's transiting from nakshatras like Pushya, Ashlesha, and Magha. So for some time next year, it will also be in Leo in the 9th house. This is all about regaining your strength, regaining your power, but it starts from the spiritual core. Everything in life starts from the spiritual core, your very soul, your very essence, your very energy. If you work on that, everything starts getting better. So it's like almost going through this rebirth process. First thing is that you're removing all kinds of emotional blocks from life. Times when you feel very shy, times when you feel very guilty because people treated you in a certain manner, times when you failed and that is deeply impacting you right now. So you're overcoming a lot of guilt or shyness, or times when you were hurt, and it keeps you trapped in a certain emotion, it keeps you trapped in a certain state. So Pusha journey of Jupiter helps you to mature. It helps you to overcome any kind of setback, sorrow, insecurity, to grow and evolve. So that is the rebirth time. And when it goes in Ashlesha, you develop a new perspective in life. You develop a new attitude. You develop um, of a sharp focus on the present moment and also the future, thinking about journey, thinking about how you can make things happen. So Jupiter is kind of evolving you and making you way brave and stronger and optimistic. The Jupiter's journey is also about working on your emotional connections. Not just it's about your spiritual core or internal work, but how you go through life with your connections, with emotional connections, because it rules the fourth house of emotions, mental peace. It aspects the Saturn, ninth aspect on Saturn in Pisces. So Jupiter helps you to detach from everything which is bothering you. Now there's a desire to shift, to make the conscious change. You no longer want to be trapped in a certain emotion or sorrow or someone else's perspective, someone else's emotional influence on you. You don't want to be trapped in that. So you are changing, shifting, evolving. And this ninth aspect of on Saturn, Jupiter's ninth aspect from the eighth house on the fourth house Saturn, is a big shift in life where you are drawing boundaries, you're disconnecting yourself from unhealthy environments, people who drain you emotionally. It could also be big shifts and changes with respect to your home or your house. In the home, how you deal with people, how you create your personal space, how you stop people from interfering in your life, or it could be a big shift with respect to your house, doing some changes in the very alignment, or how you arrange things in your house. You declutter, or it could be a major move, moving into a different place, doing some reconstruction in your house. So big shift, because eighth house is changing things from foundation, changing the structure of things. Sudden change happens because this is the house of upheaval. So big changes happen, even if these changes are painful, even if these changes create fear or it's very threatening. It changes the foundation in such a way that you align for the better. You are preparing for something better. Sometimes a challenge is a blessing. This is what is happening with the Jupiter's aspect on the Saturn. The shift, the change, you may not like it, but it changes things in a very beautiful way. It brings more improvement. And also, the same thing happens in your career, that there's a sudden shift. Maybe you are being asked to relocate, maybe you're given different designation. Some shift happens unexpectedly. You may not like it, but it's taking you to a different route, and it's successful. You're laying a foundation, a strong foundation again. So Jupiter is changing the very core of you, the emotional core of you. It is making you way strong and emotionally powerful, so that you can withstand the sudden changes of life. First Lord in the eighth house, so health needs a good care, keeping a preventive check on you. Maybe long term healing, long term treatment may happen for you at this time, especially when it transits through Ashlesha. And then Jupiter will also be in the ninth house. It will be in Leo. For some time, it will be with Ketu. It brings unexpected journeys which will really change your life for the good. Very positive changes will happen. Spiritually, also, you will see a lot of success. The very depth, the connection with your very own self, how the divine enters into your life, the divine energy enters into your life, it deepens the connection with self, because Leo is identity, Leo is the inner child. So it creates depth, it creates a depth which is good for you. Your connection with yourself deepens. What do you want from life? Ketu here will continue its journey in Leo, and it will be transiting from Magha and Ashlesha. So it shows big transformation with respect to your professional journey as well, with respect to your opportunities as well. Ketu shows that you are disconnecting from something which was a regular pattern in your life. How you talk, how you behave, how you are seeing repetitive patterns in family life. Those repetitive patterns are now going away from your life. You're getting rid of those patterns. These patterns are not working for you anymore. So Ketu shows disconnecting from certain habits, disconnecting from certain way of living, certain way of thinking, which is not functional for you. And Ketu in Magha also shows that there are times when you're very occupied by your family life. Saturn also shows that you're very occupied by your family life. There are times when you're very emotionally involved into the tasks of the family life. And the Ketu also shows that now the responsibilities might be getting more heavy with respect to family, like you're taking someone else's responsibility, or someone else is becoming your responsibility. So Ketu in Magha in the ninth house is there is this I would say not karma but dharma, a tradition or a task which you have to fulfill, and it brings abundance for you. There's this task, there is this assistance or help you do for your loved ones, out of love, out of duties, out of dedication. I would say more of dedication. It gives you the luck. You're doing something, you're giving a part of yourself to someone, you're helping those people, and not for personal gains, but for the duty, for the righteousness, as a tradition. That offering of self to someone is blessing you. It is enhancing your luck. It is enhancing the very uh, essence of you. So it will bring some kind of luck. And also at this time, slightly possible that someone in the family life, their actions, any kind of action they did in the past, is influencing you right now. You are not responsible for it, but someone's action, someone's mistake is influencing you right now. You will break free from that influence as well. So you're working spiritually, you are evolving emotionally, you are focusing on the family commitments, but also you're releasing a certain karmic debt to a family member. Like by fulfilling your responsibility, there's a karmic debt which has been resolved towards someone. And Jupiter, how it meets Ketu in the ninth house, it is also about visiting your loved ones, visiting people you haven't met for a long time. It could be a meeting a new guru. It could be revisiting a family member. It could be traveling to a spiritual place. So how they meet in the ninth house, they change the direction of life in a very unexpected way. There's something which you cannot control here, and you are being given a new route, a new direction. And you cannot control this, which direction you will get. And then we have Rahu transiting from third house, from the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada. Sorry, it's transiting from Shatbisha and Dhanishta. So Rahu's transit in the third house, Shatbisha and Dhanashta, kind of enhances your strength, your power, and the need to have freedom. It will make you very dedicated towards your career, your path, your duties, whatever you want to create in life, whatever decision you want to take. You may face initial confusion because in that decision you have to think a lot about other people. You have to make sure that they get justice. You have to make sure that I'm not creating problems for other people. But eventually, you will be very successful in taking that decision, those efforts. A lot of self work, self improvement happens here. You will do things with a lot of courage, and it will enhance your finances, it will enhance your strength, it will enhance your professional path as well. Saturn is transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati in the fourth house. This is about a major move from one city to another, one country to another, or it could be settling down in a different place for a certain period of time. Saturn in Revati in the fourth house brings travel. It brings meeting people as well, the family members, the people you haven't met for a long time. Saturn could also be about a major deal in the assets or the property, moving from one place to another. Saturn also emotionally closes one cycle with people with whom you were never good with respect to the emotional balance. They were never good with you. You were never good with them on emotional terms. They never made you happy. They drained you. So Saturn is a very strong boundary, energetic boundary with respect to people who drain you emotionally. It is about attaining strength, not by connecting with others but disconnecting from others. Saturn and Revati will really bless you with some kind of asset or some kind of investment done in the past, bringing you abundance and financial gains. So Saturn brings something matures with Saturn. A previous investment, a previous work matures here and gives you the abundance and the luck. Hello everyone, let's talk about Capricorn and how will be the year of 2026. Now, Saturn is the planet which rules over your journey, your experiences, and in 2026 it will transit from the third house. It continues its journey from third house in Pisces, and it will be in the Uttara Bhadrapada and the Revati nakshatra. So Saturn shows that there is a great progression in your journey. From all that internal work you might be doing right now, how you're facing your internal fears, you're facing the inner, sometimes even the inner resistance, how we want to grow, but a part of us don't want to work, don't want to take action on something because we are so tired. So you're facing that inner resistance with Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada, also diving deeper into your power, your potential. You know, when we dive deeper, we find all kinds of things, the good and the bad within us. So it's like dealing with the bad and embracing the good. So all of these personal changes are happening. It's a period of self development. This is what Saturn is doing. But as it goes into Revati in 2026, it brings ending of this cycle of self-discovery, self-work. And there's certainly a reward or a blessing you will get. There's a completion which happens for you of all the work, that intense work you are doing on yourself and also in your life, in your career. So Saturn brings some reward in the Revati nakshatra. It brings maturity on a very soul level. It brings maturity, it brings wisdom, it brings higher knowing and understanding of who you are. It's like celebration of self. So Saturn helps you to jump, to make a big jump in life. You have learned a lot about yourself, your power, your strength, and all that inner work you have done, you will shine beautifully. Saturn in Revati is about completion of some kind of higher learning. It could be you are completing your higher studies, you're completing a certain degree at this time, or it is just the test of life. You are completing that exam and you are successful, you're overcoming big hurdles. Saturn can take you to long distance journeys, to a different place, to a different location, and you will learn so much from that place. Every experience you may see while traveling, what you may learn from different people, it is actually enhancing your strength. Learning about world, different languages, maybe you will learn different languages. You're learning about different cultures. So Saturn brings a lot of knowledge, awareness, self-growth, and celebration of self. Saturn is a very serious planet, but when it reaches Revati, it it shows the happiness even the Saturn experiences, which is of completion of one cycle. I have learned this lesson. I evolved. I changed. I succeeded. I survived. And then you are starting for a new cycle. So in Revati, the Saturn brings success, achievements, financial growth. Rahu in the second house is difficult for Capricorn because it somehow makes you very concerned about your money, about your finances, about the future of your finances. And also, family struggles are there. Unexpected challenges in the family life are definitely impacting you. So, the Rahu in 2026 transits from Shatbisha and Dhanishta. So, the Shatbisha part is challenging because it brings sudden shifts, sudden changes in your life, as if the Rahu wants to see how you will react to certain situations, how maturely you will deal with these situations. Even if you have blocks, how you will deal with those blocks, and you will, like, it's like activating the inner rebel. Anything which challenges what you want, anything which challenges your values about life, how dedicated you are to break those things and still go ahead with what you want in life. So, that activation of the inner rebel, I want this, I will get it done, that is being activated. And then it transits from Dhanashta, which brings the financial abundance, which certainly brings some kind of financial help in your life. Rahu in Dhanashta is also popularity. Popularity because of your speech, because of your work, because of your efforts. You are being celebrated. Your work is being celebrated. Rahu in Dhanashta could be difficult with respect to personal connections, family connections, because now you may not bend yourself. Now you may not follow other people blindly. You will get in a very defensive mode, a fighter mode. So it can lead to fights, it can lead to conflicts with your family members or blood connections or relatives, because you're no longer giving up on yourself. You're no longer uh, kind of following what they want you to do. So people may see you're very aggressive, or you are someone who's not listening to them. But it's just that Rahu in Dhanashta is, you have found your way to celebrate your life. You have found your freedom. You have found your way to listen to your freedom and find success in life. And health needs a lot of care with Rahu going into Dhanashta, because it may bring some kind of inflammation in the body or some struggles with your throat. But it is giving you popularity, it is giving you financial abundance, or simply, even if it's not abundance, it gives you a way to improve your finances. It will give you a way to see financial stability. And the Jupiter continues its journey in the seventh house. It will be in Cancer throughout 2026. It will transit from Pushya, Ashlesha, and Magha. So it will be in the eighth house as well. It will join Ketu for some time in the eighth house. So Jupiter in Cancer, definitely for Capricorn, it brings new opportunities in business, new opportunities with respect to love, romance, marriage. And as it transits from a very significant house with respect to public, you are being celebrated. You are being appreciated for your work, for your personality, for what you are doing for others. Your efforts are being appreciated. Jupiter aspects Saturn, the ninth aspect on Saturn in the third house. So whatever you do for the world, whatever you are doing for your work, how you show up in everyday life, your talent, your wisdom, your dedication, everything is being appreciated. You are shining in the public life. The people see you as a teacher, they see you as a guide, or they see you as a very knowledgeable person, someone who is very bright, and you can guide them, you can help them. So this energy of Jupiter's aspect on Saturn not only helps in the professional life, public life, but also individually. You are overcoming a lot of battles with respect to not just the career, but love, relationships. You are closing a cycle of maybe betrayal. You're closing a cycle of a very difficult relationship. And there's so much of awakening happens in you that some endings are happening for the good. But also, Jupiter restarts a cycle where your heart is open for love, you're open to experience love, but it is not happening immediately. It is more about opening your heart to the world, participating in the community, participating in the world, talking to people, connecting with them for business, for work opportunities, meeting people. So all of that happens. You're again open to create, you're open to union, you're open for new opportunities. So Jupiter kind of helps you a lot in this energy. Ultimately, Jupiter aspecting the first lord Saturn in the third house. So every effort you do it with a lot of excitement and hope, and it brings great result. And Jupiter in Pushya is all about um, a little bit of fear of people while facing new people, but you will overcome that as well. And maybe you were hurt in the past. So Jupiter in Pusha is a little about the fear of those patterns repeating again. So it may challenge you for some time. And in Ashlesha, it is about your wellness. You are really focusing a lot on your health and wellness at this time. And for some time, it goes in the Magha, in the eighth house with Ketu. For some time, it will be with Ketu. So this is about a big transformation, spiritual transformation, which happens for you. It is about, because it's your 12th lord transiting from 8th house. So your health, your finances, it's like reconsideration. How can I change my life? How can I be more powerful from deep within? That introspection happens for you. And the Ketu will continue its journey from the 8th house. It will be in Magha and Ashlesha. It's moving towards your 7th house. So Ketu now shows that you are overcoming any kind of family issues. Ketu kind of rewards you that you have fulfilled your responsibilities very nicely. You are taking care of your loved ones very nicely. Now it's a journey from family, taking care of family and loved ones, feeling responsible for them, to now feeling responsible for your purpose, for your own emotions, your journey. Healing your emotions, healing your mindset is important. Ketu may also bring people from past in your life, in the form of friends, in the form of romance or lovers, people coming back into your life, but just to see how you have changed emotionally, spiritually, dealing with people with whom you had a past, but again, just to let go, just to see how much you have healed. There is no place for these people to re enter into your life. Hello everyone, let's talk about Aquarius. How will be the year of 2026 for you? For Aquarius, Rahu, Ketu will continue their journey in your first and seventh house axis. In your first house, Rahu will transit from Shatbisha and Dhanashta. So what Rahu is changing and shifting for you? Rahu kind of opens you up with respect to your freedom. What do you want in life? Where do you want to go in life? What do you want to follow? So you are embracing your freedom. There will be restrictions, there will be people, situations kind of forcing you to stay wherever you are. They will force you to do something which is not your responsibility. So there's a lot of external pressure I see with the Rahu in Shatbisha, because somehow the test is how do you withstand that pressure and you follow your path. You're not surrendering to what others want or how they want to do things in life, but it's more about embracing your freedom, embracing your individuality, and going higher in life. So you may outgrow people. You might already have done that, but further you will outgrow people. You will go beyond their reach in growth, in ideas, in perception, and even in success. But somehow you need to maintain some secrecy in life, because Shatbasha is about maintaining certain limits, distance, so that wherever you are going, the purpose you are fulfilling, whatever your plans are, they should stay in secrecy. It should not be a part of discussion for everyone out there. What your personal life is about, it should not be discussed by everyone. And somehow it is in your hands, because you should avoid discussing your plans with others, for now at least. So Shat Basha is a big leap for you, Rahu in Shat Basha. You are going beyond the reach of a lot of people. And also, um, there's a major shift in your path where you are very focused towards your journey, and what do you want to do it, because somehow you want to mend something in life, you want to take care of something, you want to fix something, or you want to heal something in life. You no longer want to be in that same state where you were in the past or where you are right now. So that shift, that I want to change, is happening. And then the Rahu transits from Dhanishta, which certainly brings financial abundance, your efforts paying you great results. And also there's popularity which may come to the Rahu's entry in the Dhanishta. Your work, your success is well celebrated. If you are in a work which is connected to, let's say, creativity or art, or you're doing your own work, or it's a work connected to even technology, or any work which is connected to media, where you have to present yourself out there, you have to groom yourself, your appearance, your personality matters. In these areas you will work very well, you will see a lot of popularity. So Rahu gives you success. Rahu co-rules your first house. So Rahu will give you a great push. The negative part of this is a lot of overwhelming energy. Maybe it's coming from family patterns you're going through. This overwhelming energy can also be just the fear of tomorrow, the fear of what will happen next. So you have to take care of that, you have to ground your energy at this time. So overall, Rahu is bringing success, but also a lot of overthinking, over analysis of things. And the Ketu continues its transit from seventh house. It will transit from Magha and Ashlesha, so it's going towards um, your sixth house. So the Ketu's transit in the Magha in Leo, it shows there's something about love, about partnerships, about marriage, which you have to resolve. Like it demands immediate action, and you need to resolve it. The Ketu's influence here could be that in your connection, a lot of external influences are there. The family members are very involved, and like no one is listening your take, your opinion into it. Ketu in Magha in your seventh house could also be about that a lot of differences might be there, and now you have to let go these differences. You have to get together in a partnership to work on your priorities, your commitments, and the responsibilities. Ketu shows disconnect from everything which kind of impacts your success in life. Ketu creates disconnection from a lot of people, You might be knowing in the public that disconnection may happen. A business partnership may go through a disconnection because things are not aligning. What you want in life, what other person wants in life or in the business, it is not aligning. For some people, it is also about letting go of the differences, letting go of the challenges, letting go of the problem, so that you can work together on the very important aspect of relationship. For some people, it could be about staying in a connection out of responsibilities, but there's not enough spark in the connection. So Ketu is here to disconnect you from the world. Not that you have to withdraw completely and sit in a room, lock it from inside, but it is about, um, it should not drain your energy, it should not drain your individuality. So Ketu in Magha, as it transits from Magha to Ashlesha, which is from 7th to 6th, it shows some conflict in love, some conflict in a partnership which needs resolution, which needs to be resolved. And if you're constantly ignoring it, it may get difficult. So actions are required to withdraw completely and disconnect from it, not ignoring it, but to resolve it and withdraw from it. This is how you have to work. Overall, the Rahu Ketu axis in 2026 continues to shift your perspective towards life. It is about personal growth, personal changes, and also disconnecting from the world where the people, things, or any ideas, or even your work which doesn't align with you, it should not stay. You should disconnect from that, because Ketu co-rules your 10th house. That's why the career shift may also happen, where you feel drained, where you feel you have given a lot, but people kind of take away your credit. And then the Jupiter continues its journey from the 6th house. For some time, it will be also in your 7th house along with Ketu. So Jupiter is transiting from Cancer and Leo, mainly from Pushya, Ashlesha, and the Magha Nakshatra. So what Jupiter is bringing for you? Jupiter shows that this period of 2026 is about, again, a very strong problem solving, because Jupiter rules over finances and family. Also, it rules over your income. So, mainly, it is about getting rid of the financial debts you may have, improving your financial situation. And 6th house is a house of tremendous efforts, tremendous dedication to achieve something in life. 6th house has a lot to do with achievements, overcoming obstacles. So Jupiter is actually helping you to resolve the conflicts. Jupiter is helping you to resolve any financial issue. And also, Jupiter from the 6th house is giving ninth aspect on Saturn in Pisces. So this aspect again shows auspiciousness. It shows you may have a debt, a financial debt. You might be in a karmic contract, a connection, a relationship, which is also like a karmic debt, but you are resolving that challenge. It could be relatives, it could be a partner, it could be a very significant person in your life. You're paying a certain debt to that person. You're resolving that, finally finishing that. And now your shift is all about your happiness and what do you want in life for yourself. Because Saturn in the 2nd house, it will finally transiting from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati. So it ends a very tough cycle with people. Again, people are a very big theme for Aquarius in 2026, with Saturn in the 2nd house, Ketu in the 7th house. These are the houses of Venus. Venus is love, people, relationships, public life, partnerships. So, heavy theme for second and the seventh house. So Saturn's transit from Uttara Bhadrapada Revati talks about ending of a cycle, closure with respect to a connection, even difficult family members. You are going your way, you're doing things your way now. And it also shows that you're reaching to a point where the financial crisis ends for you. It gets better. I won't say it gets exponentially better and you have all the riches of the world, but there will be improvement. For some people, it is about challenges with respect to the financial debt. So you will start resolving that. Saturn also shows, as it goes into the Revati nakshatra, it shows a lot of clarity in life, clarity in how you see yourself, your worth, your value, the efforts you're putting into your life. Finally, you will see those results as well. So that is a big shift. And Jupiter in the sixth house is showing, because it is your life force and it transits from Pushya, Ashlesha, and then Magha. So it shows you are facing opposition. Indeed, you are facing competition, but you're no longer attacking yourself. You're no longer enemy of yourself. If you see a challenge, you will positively resolve it. You will positively deal with it. That's a very big shift which comes from Jupiter. Hey everyone, let's talk about Pisces. How will be the year of 2026? So for you, the first house, let's talk about the first house first. Saturn continues its journey in Pisces. Throughout the year, it will be in your first house. It will transit from Uttara Bhadrapada and Revati Nakshatra. Pisces, you are going through deep introspection, a very, very deep focus on different areas of life. And you're focusing on what I have learned from these things. How do I need to absorb all that data, all that knowledge, all those lessons into my life? It's a process of very deep introspection, thinking, analyzing your life. That is the very impact of Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada. And trust me, the hard work you are doing, the inner work you are doing, how you're sitting with your emotions, it's a great thing. It's a great achievement, because if you see Pisces, that's a very delicate energy. Okay, so it brings sometimes the tendency of escaping things. When things get heavy, we tend to escape, we tend to look away from them, or we get nervous. Now, what happens with Saturn in the first house? It is facing you to confront everything. Escape is not the answer. Ignoring that thing is not the answer, because somehow, if you ignore it, it will come to your mind again and again. So, Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada is sitting with those difficult ideas, emotions, experiences, and then you feel light, you feel renewed, and there's a big shift in your life. So you are doing that, and you're continuing that inner work in 2026, but also you will see the final light of Revati as Saturn transits from the Revati nakshatra also in 2026. Finally, that inner burden, that inner heaviness is going away. You will feel much light, much positive, and very excited for life. So Saturn's transit in Revati reduces your burden. It brings back all the richness of life, which is about celebrating your life. There is financial abundance in your journey. You are very happy and excited about things. It brings closure. It brings endings in certain areas of life which were very difficult. Those things were difficult. It was heavy burden for you. So Saturn's entry in Revati acts like a blessing. It improves your mindset, your happiness, your positivity, and also it kind of opens the door to new connections. Because it is transiting from Revati. So Mercury is the lord of Revati. It rules the seventh house. So new contracts with respect to business, new opportunities in work, new meeting new people, very establishing very strong network, which can really help you in your work, in your success. Maybe new person coming into your life in form of love, or improving the existing connections. So it will reflect a lot on your personal connections. Also, most importantly, what I see for Pisces is there's a lot of forgiveness you will have towards other people. You will realize how important it is to forgive people who might have done wrong to you, because you deserve the peace. You deserve the closure. So it's like you giving yourself the closure, final closure in life. So it's a very peace loving energy which comes from the Saturn's transit, where you truly want that peace and you're letting go everything which was heavy till now. Rahu and Ketu, they will continue their transit in your 12th and the 6th house, where Rahu will be in Aquarius, transiting from Shatbasha to Dhanashta. It's moving towards your 11th house. So the current energy of Rahu in Shatbisha is difficult. It leads to thinking of uh, the worst case scenarios. The mind keeps on focusing on what could go wrong, what may be not good for me in the future. So a lot of overwhelming energy regarding future anticipation, but also it shows certain experiences, because 12th house is literally the storage of every experience of this life, and I would say many other lives. So the Rahu kind of thinks about difficult future scenarios based on the storage and the memory in the 12th house. So Rahu is getting the access to the deepest secrets of your life, the deepest emotions of your life. The Rahu in Shatbisha is the very energy of embracing your uniqueness, and it is helping you with that. It is helping you to embrace your uniqueness, which others find it hard to accept. But on the other hand, it has the access to the deepest fears or the deepest memories, and somehow based on that you think about future, what may go wrong, why things are not working in my way. So Rahu is challenging you in that way. And the Rahu in Shatbisha Nakshatra is also about, you know, focusing on your plans. You don't need to act on them right now, but focus on them. Focus on how you can make things better. And also, it's the energy of seclusion for you, protecting your peace and your energy, not being completely available to other people right now. And then it transits from Dhanashta. It can lead to some financial expenditure, or it could be the expenditure of your very energy. Something about life keeps you in a rush, keeps you engaged, busy, and that is leading to expenditures or draining of energy. Financial expenditures may happen for you, but you don't have to worry. Even if there are expenditures, Rahu will keep on bringing opportunities of financial growth. It will keep on bringing opportunities for advancement in your life, in your career as well. Out of nowhere, you will see good opportunities coming into your life. And Rahu in Dhanishta also shows that if your work is somehow connected to foreign lands, or you're planning to settle in the foreign lands, you will see a lot of financial growth. You will see better financial opportunities in life. But the entry of Rahu in Dhanishta is manage your wealth properly. Avoid too much of expenditures in life. And it really gives you, because it's moving towards the 11th house, so it shows that good financial opportunities will come into your way, or the work gets better, the work position will be as such, it enhances your finances, but also it enhances or increases the pressure at the work front. And also at the work front, what Rahu is showing in Dhanishta, that uh, do your work in a very great way and connect with the people. That networking is important, but don't trust everyone. Not everyone is on your side. There are people who are secretly envy or jealous of you, so that you have to keep in mind. Then the Ketu in the sixth house transits from Magha and Ashlesha. It's moving towards the fifth house, from sixth to the fifth house. So Ketu in Magha, because sixth house is already about the karmic debts we carry in the form of health issues, or the people in our lives, the relatives, and so on. So Ketu in Magha kind of keeps you a bit burdened with respect to your own family members, your relatives. Some kind of pressure, some kind of challenges coming from them, or you feel burdened with respect to your commitments and responsibilities towards the family members. Ketu shows that there's certain obstacles in your life which are all in your mind. It's literally not there. It's not physically present. It's all internal. It's all in the mind. It's all based on the experiences with people and how they have hurt your confidence and your identity. So let go the need to be right. Let go the need to prove your identity and prove yourself. Sixth house is about the letting go energy of proving yourself right to people, showing your worth to people. Ketu here also shows, because it's 12 places away from the seventh house, it also shows differences in partnerships, differences in a marriage or relationship. Though Jupiter in the fifth house is bringing romance, it's bringing the healing energy in love. But to how to utilize it, firstly, remove all the differences, remove the ego issues in the relationship. Ketu demands let go the ego, let go the need to be right. I'm not saying you have to bend in front of other people and their ego, but you let the ego away. You let any kind of challenge away, which comes internally and interferes in the relationship. So, Jupiter may bring opportunities of love, opportunities of a new connection, but the existing connections, existing partnerships, Ketu in Leo, can be difficult. And it is asking you to remove yourself from places where pride and ego is everything, especially your relatives or family members or a partnership. Ketu here also shows don't take any competition or any kind of challenge very personally. Like if you're facing criticism, it's it's personal. It has nothing to do with work. It has nothing to do with your worth and your value. It's not constructive. You may go through that identity crisis. So do not focus much on the criticism. get rid of proving yourself right always. And for some time, we have Jupiter in the sixth house as well in Leo. So it shows health. You must focus on your health, you must focus on your vitality, because like Jupiter and Ketu will cross each other. Ketu is going to fifth and Jupiter is coming to sixth. So at this time, the health may get impacted, your lifestyle may get impacted. Rest, Jupiter is bringing blessings. As in the fifth house, it transits from Pushya, Ashlesha, and then Magha. It shows that you have the blessings of divine. You have the blessings because of your certain good karma, certain good work, and it will bless you in all areas of life. And also, Jupiter is reconnecting you with your happiness. It is reconnecting with your ideas, your thoughts, your creativity. It's reconnecting you with your inner child. So it really brings happiness. It will give the ninth aspect on Saturn in the first house. So it enhances your optimism. It enhances your true foundation, that is your personality and your identity. You are strengthening yourself first, and rest everything will fall into the right places.